Attention, class is in session, and today is our family pumpkin bread recipe that we've made for over a decade. Do you want to make pumpkin bread? Do you like pumpkin bread? Let me show you all the tricks to the trade. And my family is in the background, and they're being cringy haters, so I see you. All right, can of pumpkin, okay? If you only have a can of pumpkin pie, you can use that too. It's just not my regular go-to, but I know I've misgrabbed the cans before. And if that's what you got, that's what you're gonna rock. Yep. The whole can. All right, in the big bowl. You do want a big bowl, that's a fact. I already turned on both ovens, 350, because we're gonna make hella and bread muffins. Hella pumpkin bread muffins. All right, whole can went in. We are going to add 8 eggs, because this is essentially a double recipe. Do I want to double it?
Yes.
I don't know, Gigi. I wasn't going to double it. More the merrier, she says. Okay, so 8 eggs. We're going to make a really big bowl of pumpkin bread batter. Which, in case, let me add a second can of pumpkin. Oh, and if your mama never taught you how to open a can with this contraption, okay, I know these are rare to see, but this is a can opener, all right? And I've had to teach all 3 of my children this, and they probably still couldn't open a can if they tried. So if the zombie eclipse comes, they're screwed. All right, here's your can. See how the can has a lip? You're going to, and then you're going to cramp. You got to hold it tight, okay? And then you turn, but watch closely. Okay, and then left-handed is going to take 2. I'm going to just keep it on the counter this time.
Stop burning my floor, I think.
Jana, it already is.
Yeah, from you.
Pop it off. All right, we are going with 8 eggs. Someone is going to be baking pumpkin muffins all night long. Now with 8 eggs, it should have plenty of protein, right? This recipe should have plenty of protein. It also has plenty of oil and sugar. So if you thought I was coming on here with some skinny ass pumpkin bread recipe, you're sadly mistaken. Okay, 2 more. All right, 8 eggs, 2 cans of pumpkin. Okay, and if you only have pumpkin pie, use your can. It really doesn't matter, whatever. Okay, it's not going to hurt a recipe. All right, now we are going to add almost 2 cups of oil. And I say almost because it calls for 2 cups of oil, but 1.5 will be okay. All right, now we're gonna do 2 cups of water. As soon as I get the cat back on. 2 cups of water. The best thing about this recipe is you don't need a big mixer. This is bread you want kind of hand mixed, but this is why we do the wet ingredients by itself, so we can beat it hard. Beat it hard. Now, when you add the dry ingredients, You don't want to over stir, so that's why you don't need a mixer of any type. All right. There is our wet ingredients. Now that we whisk this, I'm just going to put the dry ingredients right on top, okay? I don't believe in dirtying a whole nother dish because they're going into the wet. I've made this recipe long enough to know, and as many times as long, it makes no difference. All right. We are going to do 6 cups of flour. I am picky about flour because animals, vermin, can totally nest in a pallet of flour. And I am very weird. It cannot taste weird. If flour tastes weird, I'm done. It's in the trash. That was 3 cups. Okay, that was 6 cups of flour. Now, we're gonna do 4 cups of white sugar. I have another bag if I need to fill this. And then 2 cups of brown. Okay, that's enough sugar. And 2 cups of brown. I don't know that that's going to fit in there. I didn't think it would. What is this? 1/3? All right, we're going to do 6 of these because it's almost half a cup. Okay, so those are the bulk ingredients. The rest are the spices and such. We're going to do 4 teaspoons of baking powder. No, baking soda, which I didn't grab that out. We're going to do 4 teaspoons of baking soda. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. We're going to finish this one. I think it's You can add more cinnamon if you want. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of salt, and I prefer to cook and use flaked salt. It has really good flavor. I don't know how to explain it. This one. All right, we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Pumpkin pie spice. It's sold by the cinnamon. And we're going to use the whole thing. I don't know how much is in here, but it can never be too much. Pumpkin or canned pumpkin truly has no flavor. If you didn't use cloves and cinnamon and a combination of that, it wouldn't taste very pumpkin spicy. I really don't think that was enough pumpkin pie spice, so I'm just going to add more cinnamon. Okay, now we're going to mix her up. Big spoon. Oh, I like a little vanilla too. Okay, stir her up. And you're gonna stir until the ingredients are wet and just mildly lumpy. You're never gonna not have lumps. So you just kind of want all the ingredients wet and mildly lumpy. There's your pumpkin bread slop. Now we're gonna get a scooper out and scoop it into a bunch of muffin pans. A bunch of muffin things, I don't know. We're gonna let those bake for 23 minutes. We'll test them out at 23. Take some powdered sugar and cover your slightly warm pumpkin bread.
Take advantage of one of these exceptional offers during the More Than Blue sales event.
And look at this cuteness.
Boom, it's already 4:15.
And here's the recipe if you want to screenshot it.